Hey guys, this is Dan Wolak, Cold Cracker Bushcraft. Today I'm out on a scout in an overnight camp, so I wanted to talk to everybody just briefly about my bedroll, how I set it up and what I carry it, and the usefulness of a bedroll. So stay tuned and we'll get started. Okay guys, so here's my bedroll, and just to give you a estimate of temperature wise what I'm going to use this for. It's springtime now here in Pennsylvania, so we're looking at around freezing, maybe a little bit warmer in the evenings throughout the night, and then during the day we're looking at possible rainstorms because it's definitely not going to snow. Our temperatures are anywhere from the low 60s to the low 70s. So that's the temperature range we're working in as far as with this bedroll. But year-round it stays quite much the same for the most part. So a bedroll itself, as you saw at the beginning of this video, how you carry just over your shoulder, and you're going to need bedroll straps. There's some different setups you can use for that, which we'll do in another video, but this is just a typical leather strap with two straps you tie around your bedroll itself. My only suggestion with bedroll straps, get a good pair because you're going to put a lot of tension and pressure on depending on how much gear you carry. Also, you want to make sure they're long enough. You don't want short little straps, because if you start putting some stuff in here and you put some good elements in as far as large tarps, large wool blankets, then you're going to need long straps. Okay, so tucked in the outside, of course, I have my axe. It's the easiest way for me to carry it when I'm going light as far as a bedroll and a haversack. So I just stick this in the outside roll of my bedroll. Throw that off to the side. Now it's pretty easy as far as what do we got in here. It's just my tarp rolled up into fours. Okay, so it's quartered off. That's the size. And this is an 8x8 tarp from from Tent Smiths, I'm sorry. And then I have a king size hand woven wool blanket and a smaller shard blanket that I'll use either as a ground cloth, or if it's dry and I make a leaf bed or anything like that to lay on top of, then I can use two blankets if needed. And then if you watch my videos in the past, I'm a big fan of the 18th century hunting shirts and overshirts. So I always do throw one of these on. This was actually a gift from my one friend Dan Van Linsky. He just got me this recently. It's an open front hunting frock. So I'm going to start carrying that with me in my bedroll just to throw on at night as an extra layer if I would need that, or if it's a little bit cooler I can throw that on. So I have that in here. I also like to carry my ridge lines in a small bag, and I carry some plastic tent pegs and some toggles, which are muddy from my last trip, inside a pillowcase. And the pillowcase you can actually just stuff with leaves. You can stuff if it's warm with some clothing to have a pillow. It'll make your sleep much better at night. And then basically, as you saw, I already unrolled it. To fold it back up, all that I do is I take my tent pegs and my ridge lines and I fold my blanket over so they're all the way on the inside. I'll lay my shirt out or any other clothing. Sometimes I have a pair of socks in here. And then I take it and I just roll it up. And when I get close to the edge, fold my bedroll back. Okay, that's going to help with waterproofing this a little bit. And roll it over. And we're good to go. The good thing with a bedroll is when you get to camp and you set everything up, you have your bedroll straps that you can tie if you need to. You can tie up firewood if you have to travel for firewood or anything like that. You can tie that up and carry it back. Or, in my case, what I normally do is once I set up my tarp, I'll leave my shard blanket behind and I take my good heavy wool blanket. If I do any scouting, I take that. It's not too heavy, so I throw that on my back with my haversack. And if something would happen, of course, I have a good cover element, and I have everything in my haversack that I would need to stay out overnight. Not going to be as comfortable without the tarp and they have extra blanket, but it'll definitely get me by a lot better than just sleeping with nothing. So that's my bedroll. That's how I set it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. I have a lot more coming. I'm going to be out here camping, so I have a lot of good ideas of what I'm going to be doing the next couple days to make some videos. So keep tuned for them, and see you next time. Thanks, guys.